Catch-22. You need to escape, but the only way out is to prove you're insane. However, the very act of attempting to escape demonstrates that you're sane enough to stay. This is the Catch-22, a paradox that traps you in a no-win situation, where every option negates itself. It's a dilemma of logic, bureaucracy, and human frustration combined into one, making it one of the most relatable paradoxes in modern life. The phrase Catch-22 originates from Joseph Heller's 1961 novel of the same name. In the book, it refers to a military regulation. If a soldier wants to be excused from dangerous missions, they must prove they're insane. But here's the twist. If a soldier applies for an exemption, they're showing concern for their own safety, which is a completely rational act. This, in turn, means they are not insane. On the flip side, if they don't apply, they willingly put themselves in harm's way, which might suggest insanity, yet still leaves them stuck in the missions. There is no escape. The brilliance of the Catch-22 is how it encapsulates the absurdity of bureaucratic logic. It's a rule that forms a closed loop, trapping anyone who tries to engage with it. While it was introduced in Heller's novel, the concept of a Catch-22 is something nearly everyone has encountered in real life. Consider job hunting. Many entry-level positions require years of experience, but how can you gain experience if every job offering it demands prior experience? Or take credit applications. You need a credit history to get approved, but you can't build a credit history without first getting approved. These are modern-day Catch-22s. Situations where the system appears deliberately designed to work against you. What makes the Catch-22 so frustrating is its cyclical nature. Every available choice leads right back to the starting point. It's not merely bad luck or difficult decisions. It's the system itself that generates the impossibility. You're ensnared by the logic of the rule, and there's no breaking free without violating that rule in the process. But Catch-22s aren't just about personal frustrations. They also expose broader societal and institutional flaws. They reveal how rules and systems, which are meant to serve us, can sometimes be self-defeating. Bureaucracies, in particular, are infamous for creating Catch-22s. Think of a government office requiring paperwork that you can't obtain without their approval. Or a university demanding prerequisites for a course that can only be fulfilled by taking the course itself. This paradox also raises deeper questions about power and control. In a Catch-22, the system holds all the power, while the individual is forced to follow inherently unfair rules with no option for appeal. It starkly illustrates how rules can be wielded not to solve problems or bring clarity but to sustain authority and keep people trapped. Philosophically, the Catch-22 challenges how we perceive logic and fairness. Logic is supposed to help us make sense of the world, yet the Catch-22 demonstrates how logic can also become a trap when applied rigidly, without considering real-world consequences. It serves as a warning about what happens when rules take precedence over human needs and common sense. One reason the Catch-22 resonates so strongly is that it isn't just an abstract problem. It's something many people experience firsthand. From navigating complex bureaucracies to dealing with paradoxical social norms, the Catch-22 reflects the absurdities of everyday life. This is why the term has become a cultural reference point, used to describe everything from workplace struggles to legal loopholes. So, what can be done when faced with a Catch-22? The first step is recognizing the paradox for what it is. Sometimes, simply understanding that you're dealing with a self-defeating system can help you navigate it more effectively. You might not be able to break the loop, but you can seek ways to work around it, whether by finding alternative paths, challenging the rules, or consulting someone who understands the system better. The Catch-22 also highlights the importance of questioning the systems we live under. Why do these paradoxes exist? Are they the result of poor design, or do they serve a purpose? In many cases, Catch-22s persist because they uphold the status quo, making it more difficult for individuals to challenge authority or escape rigid structures. By recognizing these paradoxes and drawing attention to them, we can advocate for systems that are fairer and more humane. Ultimately, the Catch-22 is more than a frustrating puzzle. It's a reflection of the human condition. It embodies the tension between personal agency and systemic control, between logic and absurdity. While it may not always have a clear solution, it teaches us to think critically about the rules we follow and the systems we navigate. So, the next time you find yourself caught in a catch-22, remember, you're not alone. This paradox has confused and frustrated people for decades, and it likely always will. But by understanding it, we can start to see the hidden dynamics at play, and maybe, just maybe, figure out how to turn the system against itself.